Happy birthday! Except they say it should never rain on your birthday, but just in case it does, I've got something here to protect you. It's one of my umbrella hats, and I've been picking up these for the last 20 years. This is the first one I ever came across. Lovely idea, this, little spokes inside, but it's as if your whole body acts as the shaft of the umbrella, because I've now got free hands to hold kids or shopping or a book or a glass of wine or something like that. Free hands is a great help, but at the same time it protects my shoulders and my head and keeps me dry. What a lovely idea. I came across several other versions of these, and I think the smartest of the lot was this extraordinary Japanese job. Beautiful, this. I mean, this is real class umbrella hats. It's the only time I've ever seen it. I think it was about 25 years ago. And when it's assembled, the interior looks superbly styled. Look at that. A lovely deep blue here, or almost like a royal blue. And the top's silver, perhaps to reflect the sun and make it even cooler underneath, I don't know. And when it's on the head, of course, it looks rather like a spaceman's helmet. That's a lovely idea, isn't it? And slightly wider canopy, so it really would keep my shoulders dry. Japanese umbrella hat. Fairly recently, I came across some children's umbrellas, which are, again, in hat form, and this was a nice example of one. It's a little frog. Well, it's just the frog's head. And we set it up. Oops. You pop out and pop in again. There's his front of it, that's right. Put him on, and then, oh, I think he's there. Wow. Oh. Yes, a frog. A froggy umbrella hat. So in the children's team, there's ones for all ages. I think the simplest one I ever came across was this one here. It's an umbrella, and will open like an ordinary umbrella. But on the top, it's got a charming little Bambi in a snow dome. Shake it up and it's all full of snow, or perhaps that's blossom in May, I don't know. But there's a little Bambi animal inside so the children can enjoy while they're playing or using the umbrella. That's a nice idea, isn't it, for children? A much more sophisticated one was one in which the entire canopy really is an umbrella. This is the first and only time I've ever come across this design. I think it's brilliant. It's a fairy or ballerina or something. When you open it up, suddenly you realise there's the head and the body, and this is all a wonderful flowing skirt of a ballerina. It will go on the head like this to protect the little girl who's holding it. But what a lovely idea for style, that, isn't it? I think that's brilliant. First time I've seen it, and only time. Thinking of adults, there's umbrellas for busy people in the city. This one's got a map of London, which I know very well, but one little trouble with this umbrella is all the printing's on the outside. There's all the familiar suburbs of central London, which I know so well. But if you're actually using this, and it is raining in London, it often does, you've got to put it over your head, and then, blow me, it's upside down and back to front. Can't do it. Mirror writing. What a shame. I wanted to say it's going from here, then we're going to go to here, over the Thames and so on, but it's difficult to do when it's upside down. So there's a little drawback to that one there. I feel I should take the canopy off, turn it inside out and start again. Possibly. And then another one with the same idea of printing words on it was this one here, was again for a tourist one, I think. It was one in which they had a bit of newspapers, of newspaper inside, including, for instance, a crossword. Well, it'd be quite nice to be able to do that crossword, but it's difficult to do that if you're actually wearing it on your head and it's all back to front. Also, I think they should have provided me with a sort of waterproof crayons or something to be able to fill in the crossword. The idea is a nice one, but again, it could be finished off with some extra ideas to it. There's a joke one which I made up many years ago, which was a little miniature umbrella, which came with a teddy bear, I think it was. It had a normal scale handle about that big. Just for a bit of fun, I took off the handle and put on this normal size umbrella handle. So now we've got this extraordinary state of affairs with a tiny umbrella and a normal umbrella handle. All I could tell the kids was, well, if you're wearing a wristwatch which is not waterproof, you better hold it like that. It'll keep the wristwatch dry while you're walking along, and the other hand's got to hold an umbrella. Yes, they'll just about wear it, I think. Nice idea, though. Here's a little charmer I picked up quite a few years ago. It's like a palm tree, and the central bit is nice because it looks as though it's got a proper palm. You've got a proper palm trunk to it there, like that. One thing I didn't do, but I always felt I should do for children's parties, was have little monkeys climbing up and down the palm tree to make it look as though it really was a palm tree. Nice idea, but I haven't finished it off, but I'll think about it. So it looks exactly like a palm, and it's an umbrella, and it's a functioning one too. There's a number of lighted up umbrellas which are very, very, very cute. Have little batteries in the handle. This one, when you open it, it looks okay, but when you turn it on, there's a little switch here. It all lights up. There's a little light at the very top. Each of the spokes lights up, and we're getting a little, and certainly at the night time, that looks very smart indeed. And in the daytime, with the battery off, it still looks like a very, very nicely coloured umbrella. Nice idea, that, isn't it? Little lights on each of the spokes, and one on the very top as well. And when you want to turn it off, just pull the switch. Huh. Here's a very glamorous umbrella I saw first with a mail order catalogue, and I think on a trip to America about 10 years ago. It looks like a bunch of roses, red roses. It's actually an umbrella hidden inside the handle. So let's open it up and see how it looks. Ooh, automatic umbrella, that's good. Goes over my head. Yep, that's very nice. Looks superb. Look at those red rims all the way around, roses. Perhaps they should have one with white roses as well, I think. And when you twirl it, it looks just beautiful. Twirl like that. What a lovely sight. So that's the red roses, and we'll see if I can find a white roses one as well. I love the idea when you punch it up together, you're back to a bouquet of flowers. That's a very, very attractive motif. The last one is an extraordinary idea. It's a very nicely made umbrella, but it's got a feature which I've never seen before on umbrellas. It's got spokes, rather odd sort of spoke, but you'll see the reason for that in a minute. The design, I've only just realised, looking at it carefully, is two zebras here necking, and the rest of their bodies, their legs, as they're dancing together perhaps. The clever thing about this is, the idea is if that particular canopy doesn't appeal to you, you can have another one to put on, and you can probably get a whole wardrobe of canopies to put on it. To do that, it's very simple and very quick. You simply undo the umbrella slightly, and then you take off each of these little pieces. You just pull off little wooden ends to the spokes. Takes about 10 seconds. The thing then drops off, and you can then choose some other canopy. Leave just bare spokes, and then you put on the other canopy or something else you prefer. It takes a bit longer to put on than to take off. Or if you're feeling a little bit whimsical, perhaps you could say this is an umbrella for a dry day. It's a very bespoke umbrella though, isn't it?